Have you ever had that quiet moment where you look at your phone and realize it hasn't rung all day? No missed calls. No messages. No, just checking in. And you start wondering, did I do something wrong? If you're over 70, this feeling might hit harder than you expected. Friends seem distant. Family gets busy. Conversations get shorter. And slowly, almost invisibly, people start pulling away. But here's the truth most people won't say out loud. It's not because you stopped mattering. And it's not because you lost your value. Today, we're talking about why people often drift away after 70, and how you can change that story before it feels permanent. Stay with me, because this might be one of the most important conversations you've had in a long time. Aging doesn't happen overnight. One day you're running around non-stop, and the next day the world feels like it's moving just a little faster than you are. Retirement kicks in. Routines change. People you used to see every day suddenly aren't around anymore. Some friends move away. Some get sick. Some pass on. And without realizing it, your social circle starts shrinking. What hurts most isn't being alone, it's feeling forgotten. Here's something nobody prepares you for. As people age, the world doesn't always know how to talk to them anymore. Not because you're boring. Not because you're difficult. But because society is obsessed with what's new, fast, and young. And that creates distance, even when nobody means to. Let's talk about one uncomfortable truth. A lot of people avoid older adults because aging scares them. Seeing someone in their 70s or 80s reminds them of time passing, of their parents getting older, of their own future. And instead of leaning in with kindness, they pull back emotionally. Not consciously. Not on purpose. But it happens. Another thing? Life gets loud for younger folks. Jobs. Kids. Bills. Stress. Deadlines. They don't stop caring, they just stop checking in. And then there's communication. What used to be long phone calls turns into quick texts. Deep conversations turn into surface-level talk. And suddenly, it feels like nobody really hears you anymore. That's when loneliness creeps in, quietly, patiently, and heavily. Now let me ask you something important. Have you noticed conversations getting shorter? Have plans started falling through more often? Do you feel like you're always the one reaching out? If yes, you're not imagining it. But here's the part that gives you power. Distance doesn't mean disconnection has to be permanent. You still have influence. You still have presence. And you still have something people need, whether they realize it or not. Here's the shift that changes everything. Instead of waiting for people to come to you, become someone they feel good being around. That doesn't mean pretending to be someone you're not. It means leaning into what only you can offer. Your stories. Your humor. Your experience. Your calm in a noisy world. People don't remember how fast you walked or how sharp your memory was. They remember how you made them feel. When you talk, talk with warmth. When you listen, really listen. Ask about their lives. Their work. Their kids. Their worries. Curiosity builds bridges. And don't underestimate the power of a simple call that starts with, "Hey, I was thinking about you today." That one sentence can reopen doors. Another thing that matters more than most people realize is energy. Pain, frustration, and health struggles are real, and they're valid. But when conversations only revolve around problems, people subconsciously pull away. Try this balance, be honest, but don't let hardship be the only topic. Share a memory. Crack a joke. Talk about something you enjoy, a show, a hobby, a walk you took this morning. Joy is magnetic at any age. Let's also talk about community, because isolation feeds on staying still. Whether it's a local senior center, a walking group, church activities, volunteering, or even online communities, staying connected to people outside your immediate circle changes everything. New connections bring fresh energy. Fresh energy brings confidence. And confidence makes people want to be around you. You're not replacing old relationships, you're strengthening your world. Now, if you're watching this and you have an older parent, grandparent, or loved one, listen closely. They don't need constant advice. They don't need to be rushed. They don't need to be talked over. They need presence. A real conversation. Eye contact. Time without distractions. A 5-minute genuine call means more than a dozen rushed check-ins. Growing older shouldn't mean becoming invisible. Here's the truth that deserves to be said clearly. Getting older does not make you less interesting. It does not make you a burden. And it absolutely does not reduce your worth. If anything, you carry something rare, perspective. And the right people will always recognize that. If someone drifted away, it doesn't erase the value of who you are. It just means the connection needs a different approach. So if today feels quiet, if the phone hasn't rung, if the room feels a little emptier than it used to, remember this. You still matter. Your voice still matters. And meaningful connection is still possible, at any age. Reach out. Stay open. Stay curious. And never believe the lie that your best days are behind you. They might just look different now, and that's okay. If this message spoke to you, let us know in the comments. Your story might help someone else feel less alone. And if you want more honest conversations like this, hit subscribe. We're in this together.